I'm coming to you today to give you a video about intuition and what the path looks like. Because lately I've been having videos about what it takes to stay on the path, being in the moment, clearing out the clutter, living on purpose, being engaged with life, and that's all well and good. But a lot of you are still saying, but how? How does it look? How do you know you're doing it? I can't possibly do it, but you really can, and it's really easy. And I have some examples today because today was a very serendipitous day, and my mom gave me an example on Sunday of also what this looks like. So I'll start with her. Now, I got her Mother's Day present, and it was actually shipped to her house. And it arrived on Saturday, but I didn't tell her that. I just figured I'd see her on Sunday, and she would say, "Oh dear, I love your present." Not that she sounds like that, but And so I saw her on Sunday, and she had not checked her mail, though she said, I was driving by on Saturday, and I thought, maybe I should check my mail, because she doesn't often check her mail. That was her intuition telling her that she had a present waiting in the mail for her. And if she had listened to it and stopped, then she would have found a present. That's about it. I mean, I could stop there, and you could understand how easy it is to overlook these things, but how meaningful it can be. But I won't stop there. So another example was, I have a garden in my backyard, and normally when I go back and water the little seedlings, I go around that way in my house, because there's a path back there. It's less steep, it's easier to walk up, and it's closer to the hose, so it just makes sense to go that way. It just doesn't make sense to go the other way. It's more work, it's farther away from where I need to go, and so I just don't normally do that. But my intuition said, "Rachel, why don't you walk this way today?" And so I did, and guess what I discovered? I discovered a little bird's nest with lots of tiny baby birds in it that were so cute and that were so loud and chirpy. And I never would have seen it, or, well, eventually maybe I would have, but I wouldn't have seen it that day if I didn't walk that way, because my intuition told me to. And today I have a great example of how this works. My vet today told us that one of our cats has an autoimmune disease called stomatitis, I think, something like that. And so I talked to my boyfriend around lunchtime, and I told him I'd do some research and we would talk about it later. So I went home. I was at the health food store when he called, but I went home. I searched for natural cat care, or like natural autoimmune diseases, care for cats. I did not search for stomatitis specifically. But the first page that I landed on, there was this article about natural pet care and the main thing, but on the side where recent comments form was, it said how to naturally cure your cat of stomatitis. And so that is one example, again, of how your intuition could lead you someplace. Now, logically, I would have just searched for stomatitis, but I didn't. I searched for natural healthcare autoimmune disease, and it didn't even bring me to the stomatitis article. It brought me to a different natural care article, which then I found on the side a stomatitis link to their article. And now, I've never even heard of this before, and so I thought that was pretty cool. Another thing is, then I decided to check out this homeopathy for cats. I've never done that before, though I have given my dog, when he was alive, some flower essences. So I found that there are lots of homeopathic vets, and so why couldn't I just maybe use my own intuition and figure out what I could do for my cat? So I did. I have some files upstairs, and I held them, tried to connect with my cat to see what would work for her. And of course, the one that resonated with me, I was out of. So I had to go to the store to get some. Now, I've just been to one health food store today, which is not the one I normally go to. I thought that I would just go up to the one I normally go to But no, my intuition said, go to this other one that you never go to that is further away. And so I did. I went there. They had what I was looking for, and there's also someone working there who immediately said, can I help you, when I walked in. And at first I said no, because they had what I wanted, and then I asked if they had a cat section. They did. He took me over to that. And then blah blah blah. It's just a trail, you know. He asked me about my teeth, or he just said cool teeth. And most people are under the impression that I did this on purpose, but I didn't, but that's okay. And he was telling me about his friend who did it, and then he asked me what I do, and I said I teach psychic development, and he said, oh wow, well I have a friend in Mahopac with a center who's looking for someone to teach there, and he gave me her card and his card. And so, lo and behold, I go to a store that's out of my way, that I don't normally go to, that I don't normally even think to go to. They have what I need for cats. I got two homeopathics that will work perfectly for my cat, and some rescue remedy for animals, because I had just sprayed my rescue remedy, don't worry about it if you don't know what I'm talking about, onto her food this morning. But I know that, you know, cats and alcohol don't mix, so I just sprayed one little spray, seeing if it would help. But anyway, so I went to this store out of my way. I found what I needed and more. I got a basically job opportunity to expand into, I do a lot of work in New York anyway, and so this is another expansion of my moving westward with my work, and I met nice people. So that is one day, and it's pretty awesome. And this is sort of what we're talking about, as in using your psychic gifts all the time. So, you know, with the homeopathics, I held the vials. I saw what made my hand tingle more, what felt dead, what felt like I was holding air, what felt like I was holding something vibratory, you know. Went to the store, I got that, you know, and I just ended up asking for help from this person who asked me if I needed help. It's not like I went up to him and started a conversation. He did all the talking and he did all the asking, and I just responded honestly. You know, I could have said, oh, well, I'm a student. I could have said, you know, I don't do anything, I'm out of work right now. I could have said I'm self-employed. I could have said I'm a writer. I could have said I'm a painter. You see a painting in the background. I could have said I'm an origami artist. Like, you can see my little origamis hanging on the wall. I could have said I'm a trampolinist. I have my little trampoline here. So I was honest about what I do, which can sometimes be scary if you're not used to telling people that you're a psychic or you do something else that's not really in the mainstream yet. You just got to go for it. You got to just know that you are a person and you're a valid person, and that, you know, if somebody has a problem with it, that's not your fault, you know. And the more you say what you do, you know, honestly, you're not shouting it at people, the more that it will become the mainstream, because people will get acclimated to the idea of it. I mean, look at being gay. You know, that wasn't really talked about back in the 40s and 50s, and it wasn't accepted. Now we talk about it all the time, and it's more accepted. It doesn't go the other way around. It's this exposure effect, you know. It's these brave people that come first. I'm not necessarily considering myself one of them. I'm just saying that the more we are honest and open, the more well received we will be. And yeah, so follow your intuition. It's just one thing after the other. It's a very subtle thing, and it gets you really far, you know. You want a job opportunity? Are you looking for something in employment wise? Are you looking for new friends? Just be open and honest and fluid and live your life and follow the clues, and you'll be good, you know. I mean, it works. Okay, I hope you get a present in your mailbox tomorrow, or you find what you're looking for as you go about your day. Lots of love. Bye. Please feel free to share this video with anyone you think might be interested. And if you're not already on the list, go over to psychiclife.tv and get yourself on there. You'll get more readings, videos, and blog posts. Have a great day!